So welcome back everyone, Mike here. It is a beautiful fall evening here in western Pennsylvania. I just got home and I think I'm going to hop on a tractor and head over to the other hill and do a little brush hogging by the old apple orchard and maybe on some of the trails over there. It's still kind of wet out there from all the rain, but it's not too bad, and I'm not going to be on anything very steep, so I should be all right. I'll be using the RK37 and the RK by King Kutter 6-foot brush hog, and we'll see how it goes. This will definitely be the last brush hogging before the snow flies, and the leaves are still on the trees. I mentioned that the other day, still can't understand. And all the oaks, they haven't even started turning color yet. The cherries and the maples, they just kind of shriveled up and fell off, and the hickories, but it is definitely a strange year and I don't know what's going on. But that's not going to stop me from brush hogging. That's where I'm going right now. All right, here's what we're going to be using this evening. The RK37 6-foot brush hog and the RK by Dog Granite Grapple. Grapple is very nice to have on when you're brush hogging. You got any, fallen trees across the trail or big nasty autumn olive or multiflora rose, you can just root it on out with that thing and move stuff out of the way and keep on going. Well, I better get busy. It's gonna get dark. So I carried this red oak the whole way from the other hill over here to the yard. It's heavy. I mean, this thing, I think it's 24 inches here at the base. It's about 10 foot 6 inches long, green red oak. I mean, this is dense, hard wood right there, heavy, heavy. But if you're doing stuff like that, it's like everything else I always say, I just like to take it easy. Take your time, go slow. I mean, the tractor never once felt unstable, but what I worry about is when you hit those dips and ruts and things like that, you want to be taking them real smooth, real easy, no herky-jerky kind of stuff, and everything will be all good. But anyway, the point of this video was shuttle shift or hydrostat. And I've been thinking a lot about that because a lot of people always ask that question, which I would prefer, you know, for the things we do around here. And I've always been a hydrostat kind of guy, but I don't know. Let me go up the house here and we'll figure it out. Boy, it is getting dark earlier and earlier. It's getting really hard to get things done around here. But anyway, hydrostat or shuttle shift. What do I think's better? Well, it's going to depend on your application. I was always a hydrostat kind of guy. I always like a hydrostat transmission in tractors, primarily for loader work, and I didn't really think there's any other way to go. I thought that was the best for me. But after running this RK37 with the shuttle shift, I'm second guessing myself on that. I really don't know a good answer. I'll tell you what I do, you know, what I use the tractor for around here, and maybe you use one for similar purposes. But I maintain about 100 acres of property here. I got lots of gravel driveways. I got lots of trails. I do some brush hogging, not a whole lot. A little bit of snow removal. Do a little bit of loader work, tilling, those sorts of things. What else do I do? Oh, lots of firewooding. That's probably primarily what I use a tractor for, is firewooding. And I would have to say I'm starting to like the shuttle shift. I'm not going to say, you know, for sure that I don't